Well, just minutes ago, a community meeting wrapped up between Tuscaloosa residents and the developer of a proposed Sports Illustrated resort. This was the second meeting to hear residents' concerns with this project. WVTM 13 Zoe Blair was at that meeting, and she has the details from Tuscaloosa.
This is the plot of land where Sports Illustrated wants to build their first ever collegiate sports focused resort, but not everyone in this community is happy about the development. Residents shared those concerns last fall at a community meeting.
There were concerns about traffic, about the height of the building. There were some concerns about the way the building looked. I mean, there were a lot of issues that the constituents raised.
So many issues, the developer went back to the drawing board.
They have gone back and I believe done the best they could at answering some of those, and I would say they're probably not 100% finished with what that concept's going to be when it's rolled out.
At a second community meeting, residents were able to hear about those changes and express other concerns. That's exactly what Peggy Nasser did.
I just wanted to learn more about the project and to find out, from the people who are building the projects, what they were going to do, what they were planning to do, what it was going to look like, and how it would benefit Tuscaloosa.
She says some of her concerns were addressed, but she's still not supporting the project.
I think it's got some, I think they've got some work to do. I think a lot of the questions they couldn't really answer fully. I think one of the things people are concerned about is the second phase of the project and what happens then.
Before they can start construction where I'm standing, this project has to go before the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Tuscaloosa City Council. In Tuscaloosa, Zoe Blair, WVTM 13.